Head of Advocacy at Women's Forum Australia, Stephanie Bastiaan, writes in The Australian today, when we allow corrections policy and our laws to be dictated by activists, it is women and children that bear the heaviest burden of harm. And Stephanie joins me now. Thank you very much for your time this evening. Look, you raise a very good point here, because we have female activists like Jacinta Allan in charge who are more intent on actually protecting the rights of a very small percentage of the population than every woman in her state.
Well, good evening, Danica. Great to join you. And can I also just thank you quickly for your interview last week with Rachel Wong and kicking off this very important national debate with James McPherson. Jacinta Allan has shown appalling leadership this week. I don't know how she can have the faith in Corrections Victoria. I mean, in 2022, they saw fit to place a male rapist back in prison for assaulting a woman in the female prison. They've got no judgment whatsoever. And I spoke to a source who works within the prison recently who advised me that when males are looking to transfer into female prisons, they put the women into lockdown. This is a horrendous breach of human rights, and the way that they are handling these cases is appalling. So I think that we need to ensure that she is held accountable, that we don't stop pushing the buck until she comes to the table on this, because at the end of the day, very vulnerable women in prison are the most at risk of harm.
Absolutely. And look, there's an overarching issue in Australia, isn't there? It involves the Sex Discrimination Act, which was, of course, amended by Julia Gillard. The definitions of sex, man and woman were removed. So everything that we're actually seeing playing out in Victoria right now, and other parts of the country for that matter, is okay because the law says it is, Steph. We don't know what a woman is.
That's right. And I think amending the Sex Discrimination Act is a step in the right direction. But we've got state legislation also compounding these issues. We've got guidelines. We've got a useless sex discrimination commissioner who doesn't know the difference between men and women, male and female. So I think the whole system needs an overhaul. I'd like to see a commitment from the opposition to investigate, to review this whole process as an election commitment, and to make some changes to bring Australia back to biological reality. It's happened in the UK, it's happened in the US. Even New Zealand have dropped certain guidelines to do with sport in their health department towards biological reality. But once again, Australia is in the backwater doing absolutely nothing to the detriment of women.
Well, I think just we're the laughing stock now of the world. Like, we've just reached that point. And I just want to ask you quickly about the Victorian Premier yesterday. When she was asked about this case, she said that she can't comment, it's too unique of an issue. What sort of an excuse is that?
It's not an excuse. This is a black and white issue. We are talking about biological men being in female prisons. If there are men who are in a vulnerable situation within the prison, that is an issue for the male prison system. Of course, they should be put into their own spaces so that they are kept safe and so on and so forth. But this is not a female issue prison. It is not up to female prisoners, who often come from backgrounds of trauma and abuse themselves, to somehow bear the brunt of this issue. It's just not an excuse at all.
No, it's not. But the problem is, here in Australia, what is a woman? We just don't know. It is an absolute laugh. Stephanie Bastiaan, we have to leave it there. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Pleasure.